What's up, y'all? I am back. It is your girl Kiwan with another video of Married to Medicine season 11 episode 4, Flannels and Fake Apologies. This episode about got on my nerves too. Okay. So anyway, before y'all do anything else, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell button so you can be updated on all of my videos. Alright. Thank you. So anyway, the episode starts with the ladies arriving at the ranch. Jackie said, did she do something wrong? You know, is she being punished? You can go home. Y'all, because I really like Dr. Jackie, but at the same time, I'm sick of Dr. Jackie. Okay, because she just act like she's so. Let me say this: all the doctors on that show act like they so above. Okay, we get it. Y'all went to doc school. Y'all doctors, cool. We're not tripping off of that. But in this episode, you actually see how they really feel about the wives, and I find it to be really problematic. Anyway, Quan said, "Why do they call it the Duve Ranch?" Girl, I don't know, and I don't care. So the ladies sit down to eat. They have a little brunch. The ladies talk about losing their virginity for the first time. We find out, well, I think I've already known this, but never really paid attention. I don't know. Jackie has always been with Curtis, girl. That's unfortunate. Phaedra wants the ladies to do some positive affirmations and kind of state what they think that this trip is going to look like to them. Toya asks Phaedra, like, she tells Phaedra, well, we don't know nothing about you. Can you tell me what makes you tick? Phaedra was like, I don't know. And I was like, girl. When I say y'all, Phaedra is so tight-lipped, or it's either that or she just really don't have nothing going on. I don't know. Phaedra says she wants to keep everything. Toya said Phaedra wants to keep everything to herself, and that is true. Phaedra never talks about anything. And my whole thing is, you're on a reality show, and she never says anything about nothing. Like, she gave the little boys all the birthday parties. You know, she's lied on folk. She has talked about other people. She's hemmed and hummed and ooh and ah all the years she's been on reality TV. And at this point, I feel like, and I think I heard somebody else say that, I just forgot who, and shout out to them, that Traitors is the show that is so fitting for her. But I will say this, that confessional with that red hair, beautiful. I would give Phaedra that. She looks like a young woman versus her first season on RHOA on Atlanta, when her and Apollo was sucking them pickles and she didn't know her due date for the baby, and it was just, you know, she came a long way. She just looked like a seasoned city girl, but whatever. But she looked good. The ranch is really cute, but then I guess Heavenly was complaining a little bit, Quiet was complaining, Jackie was complaining. I was like, y'all hoes could have stayed, y'all, because I'm starting to get really aggravated with this uppity, so above it attitude. This is a cash trip. This is what the people decided. Are y'all gonna go somewhere else? I'm so sure of it. And that's when, you know, down the line, when that fight, that altercation get to happen, and I'm gonna be front and center for that. So, when you go into everybody's room, the rooms are really cute, y'all. It's really, really cute. They all have their own handmade vodka. Their names are on the vodka bottles, and it was just so cute. Like, they don't have to share a room with anybody, but then when you go in another room, there's bunk beds. So I want to say there was 2 or 3 bunk beds in there. I think it was 1 bunk bed, and they had a nice bed for them. So Jackie and Heavenly talks about Phaedra. Heavenly asks if Phaedra is surface, and Jackie says that maybe Phaedra isn't, it's just not open, and maybe they may not trust them enough to talk to them. And then Jackie said maybe had she opened herself up to us, we would have been able to help her in her situation from prior, because what's her name, Phaedra did make a comment, saying the other girls on the show didn't support her in her marriage. And I was like, are you talking about Candy? Whatever, because here's the thing, you were still tight-lipped on there, so what are you talking about? Nobody couldn't help you because you was tight-lipped. And what did you want them to do? Because at the end of the day, you knew everything your ex-husband had going on, and you didn't want no parts of it because you were still a practicing attorney. So let's be all the way clear. You wouldn't want nobody to put you and him back together because you wanted to remove yourself from Apollo, and you did that. And I understand, understandably so, but don't sit here and act like the ladies was, down in your relationship. Girl, please. Anyway, Contessa and Sweet Tea had on these outfits, and I was like, girl, a mess. Toya looked cute as usual, and Heavenly even looked cute with her flannel shirt. She had it tied up in her jeans, and she looked cute. So Toya, y'all know Toya gotta get the party started. So y'all, we see Toya trying to get the party started. She said she could have called Jackie fake. She could have called Heavenly fake and Jackie boring. And Jackie said she could have told Toya she had lack of substance. And I was like, ooh. And Toya everybody was like, oh, Toya, that's Jackie, that's mean, blah, blah, blah. Jackie apologizes. I feel like Jackie has already said that. This is her acting like she has always been so above the wives. So T says to Heavenly that Heavenly has disrespected her too many times, and so have you. Both of you guys have gone back and forth with one another. So Heavenly apologized to T, but we know that apology wasn't genuine because Heavenly says in her on her YouTube show, she says, yes, I apologize, but I also take it back. You don't mean that. So yeah, she didn't feel like everything was genuine, but I did notice that Sweet Tea was very standoffish with the whole time, and I would like to say maybe she was uncomfortable. I know people don't think she's good for the show, but at the same time, there are other people that need to be kicked off the show that can just go at this point, because their time has been, their time is up. Anyway, that's just how I feel. Quad actually has some sense in this episode. The ladies can get along, but they just keep acting crazy. And like I said, two of them can go, maybe three, but two of them can go. Three, if you ask me, but two of them can go. Heavenly says she don't have time for a lot of people. She said it's crazy. No, for me, I'm sorry, in my opinion, it's crazy how everybody is trying to navigate and fix this relationship between between Contessa and Heavenly. But you can literally see how none of them really mess with Sweet Tea. They don't feel like there's no separate conversations, how maybe T and Quad need to talk and Heavenly and Sweet Tea need to talk. And I know a lot of things have been said, but the way y'all going up for Contessa and Heavenly to work it out, only person I will say that's going up for that is Toya. But I get it. I guess, to me, I when you watch other franchises like the ladies do argue a lot on some of the other franchises, but you also see what there are moments where they actually can get along and be cordial. This is something else, Like, it was like Potomac. It was just too much. And now it's too much. And even when you see Sweet Tea shading Quad in her confessional, I do not like it. We know that there is some sort of intimidation. Like, I feel like she is intimidated by Quad. Cause Quad, I'm not saying Sweet Tea is a beautiful woman. So is Quad. However, you know that there is level of intimidation, but I don't like how they're overlooking Sweet Tea, because they do feel like she's not good enough, and by her being a wife of a doctor, that's the doctors feeling like they're better and they are above. They just really discard her, and I don't like it. And not only do they do that, a lot of the people who watch the show, I watch it on Twitter. Like, yeah, she is a little goofy, but it ain't nothing that none of them ain't been on their first season, because everybody came up looking chewed and looking a whole damn mess, if you ask me. Okay. Anyway, Heavenly really looked like she was crying with this situation between her and Contessa. And I get it. I don't want to get close to somebody and end up being burned. Like, I wholeheartedly understood where Heavenly was coming from. So Simone tells Sweet Tea she didn't do a great job with Dr. Heavenly, and that she needed to not let Heavenly get under her skin. And I was like, Simone, the way you've been flopping your ignorance on here, how you gonna tell her, like, right message, wrong messenger? Like, no. You cannot tell somebody that has constantly hurt, when somebody constantly hurts you and come at you, you don't have nothing but frustration for them. So anytime they talk to you, you don't want to talk. I've been there. Like, there are times that you really, really, really want to get where you want to. I wanted to be gutter snipe, but it wasn't the time or the place. So what I've done in the past was, I didn't do like Sweet Tea. I used to go back and forward. Then there was that transition where I started to ignore. I would just ignore them, like Erica, ignore them because y'all, the way I wanted to fight. So I do understand Sweet Tea's frustration with Heavenly, because Heavenly to me is an evil wench, and that's what I'm gonna say. She is. She already said that on her show. She said that Sweet Tea didn't belong. She do not feel like she belongs. She feels like she is better than her, and that's how she's going to continue to treat her. And I just feel like, why? Like, if she with her husband and she being crazy behind her husband, then let her. That's not your job. So it's just, I just don't like it. It's so evil and vindictive. But I did not like when Simone told her that you cannot, until you go and apologize to Quad for how you treated her, whether you choose to apologize or not, don't come work nothing out over here until you go over there and fix your situation. And let me say this, over the years, the way you have yelled in people's face, screamed at people, the way you handle situations, the way you and Heavenly went back and forward, and you gonna tell her that she handled it wrong, girl, Simone? I hate when people do that. You don't correct the person who's actually doing wrong. You correct the person who has the rebuttal. Girl, go to hell. So Heavenly is in the room with Jackie, and the ladies were, what did I wrong? Heavenly tells Jackie that the ladies were picking on her, and she felt like Sweet Tea and Contessa was picking on her. And it's just frustration. Like, these people are truly frustrated with you. You know, Jackie talked to her about Contessa and said that that they should work on their friendship. But Heavenly was like, I would try. She really didn't want to, but she'll try, but she just don't want to open her heart. And Jackie was like, well, in order for you to have a friendship, you actually have to open up your heart. So I understand that, but at the same time, it's still hard. Anyway, so the ladies get outside. They finish horseback riding. They talk about their first job. And then Toya was like, where's Letitia? And so she was in her room because she started her lady business. And I don't know what her situation is, but in this episode there was a lot of frustration, like agitation on Letitia's face. You could tell it was a lot of discomfort, but she tried to make it work, but she didn't get a lot of camera time. Toya, when it was time for the photo shoot, Toya went to go check on all the ladies, and the only thing I can say about this photo shoot was Contessa looked a whole mess. Like, girl, what do you have? She had on pink, red, and I don't know, Contessa. Anyway, that's where the episode ends. Okay. And then Contessa gonna try to fight Heavenly next week, y'all. I guess I listen. We'll talk next week, y'all.